You know, what don't got into him? You know what I'm saying? You're like, man, what happened how it used to be,
What's that common phrase you said? The dude said, these hoes are fucking around and got a voice.
These okay? These hoes
a voice.
Hence,
women weren't even allowed to talk.
That's what he said. Almost like it was a nigga talking up a girl. He was like, it was a bunch of niggas. He said, man, this nigga don't gave these hoes a voice. Like, what?
Like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so I'm just saying, even like, subconsciously feel, like, even if it's not so intentional.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a subconscious thing.
So I can relate what you're saying about the easy aspect.
Yeah, you know like I even heard a phrase.
Some people might be hearing that and be thinking, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
Like, what I don't in my life, and I'm just saying it's real. Because this how deep we are talking about.
You know what? Another thing, I think dudes, because, you know, I don't know if it's hard for dudes to come out of themselves and be empathetic, because I think women are more the empathetic creatures. I think empathy is a little bit more challenging for males. But
empathy is a noble virtue. Go ahead.
So I think, like, just from what I hear from, or just thinking of the human mind, I think dudes feel like it should be easy for you. Like, you don't even have to do nothing. You got like an endless supply. Like, it's always on you. What is such the big deal that giving it up? You ain't gonna never run out. But then turn around and when they call you ran through. Like, you can't do that. You can't just be doing that as a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, not because of what the man gonna think about you, but how do it leave you feeling? Especially if you're doing it because you're trying to give the man what he needs. What's going to...
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Supposed to give him some type of motivation or whatever like that. But to me, the easiness part ain't giving him the motivation, because he ain't got to do nothing for it. Like, I as women, we can't help that sex is big for men. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that to say, like, women just don't like sex, but let's just be real. Like, when it comes to, like, for men, it's just on a whole nother level. I mean, you know, I guess that could be argued or whatever, but to me, it's evident.
Yeah, but I know.
To me, it's evident. I mean, like,
it's a plethora of experiences that happen.
We can use so many examples.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, somebody gonna say this and somebody's denying my stand. My book is this. My book is the other way around. I mean, it's not really about that, because anything could be found in life. Anything could be said. I know you're talking about like a generalized premise, because like the dudes are after the girls. Yeah. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the chase. Like, they say you enjoy the chase. So if you're being chased, what are you after? Like, everybody know what the dude's after. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's like, well, that's crazy. No, it's not like that. Dudes don't want, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know, of course, we all as human beings, from my experience, we talking about like sexual behavior. All human beings, what I've known, enjoy the activity of sex. But like, you know, I mean, I always say this. Like, I think the women a lot of times can be better leaders, because the idea of having to chase after sex so much doesn't consume so much of your mental space. You know what I'm saying? That's why I started. That's just my own personal theoretical way of analyzing. Like, you know, we think about as dudes, this is occupying a lot of our mental space a lot. So if you didn't have to do that, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, what if that's don't exist? You like, man, I got it. You know what I'm saying? You can just do that, so you ain't got to. So you have this percentages. You can do other things. You can inspire. You can, you know, they're just like.
I also think it's a spillover when it comes to men, like, because we all out here blow, including men. Men blow too. So
we all
when
blow.
it comes to trying to, because to me, like, to be honest, like, sometimes it ain't just the sex. It's just an energy that women bring. You feel what I'm saying? Like, nigga just need some. Can I just get a cuddle or something? Can I get a phone? Can I get some of that?
I think we were just talking about that.
Yeah.
On the phone, like we was saying.
Yeah, so.
I remember that shit. I think we was talking. We was like, man, this sometimes it's even just lay.
Yeah, right.
The energy is good. Man.
So that's what I'm saying. So to your point, and I'm doing this to be empathetic toward the men. You feel what I'm saying? But I feel like because we're all going through something, like, you know, dudes going through stuff in life. So when it comes to getting that thing that you need, which is that energy from women, you don't want it to be challenging. You like, I go through enough, and just with all this other shit. So please just make it easy for me. But then in turn, it doesn't work out too well when the women do this, though. That's what we have to. That's what we're realizing. You know what I'm saying? That's what we have to realize. Like, it's not turning out too well. You end up, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude saying you're easy. You know what I'm saying? A woman don't like these type of, you know what I'm saying, stereotypes or to be called these things. That's not a good thing. When a dude say a woman easy, he ain't saying that as a compliment.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? He's saying that as that ain't good.
And of course,
you know what I'm
women
saying?
like, man, you like dudes.
Right.
So we be reasons like that a lot of times too. Like, hey, you gotta forget they not like you can't think you so in your own mind. You're like, man,
and that's my point.
But I be like, they like dudes. I mean, they don't like girls. Like,
which is so frustrating for us because we do like dudes, and we wish that it wasn't this hard too. Like, can't do just act right because we like them too, but at the same time, we don't want to keep compromising ourselves to where we're not preserving ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no self-preservation because we so worried about, we trying to make sure everybody happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, so like you don't even preserve yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it has, like, I just think women are saying, like, especially when you see like what other women have gone through.
Yeah.
Or like maybe some of the older peers and have gone through, and you like, I don't want to turn around and I'm 50 and my whole life I've been doing this shit. Like, we got one life to live out here, all of us. And I really have empathy towards men because what the lie did for men, like, it's hard to come down. Like, it's like a cat that crawled up in the tree. I guess he got bold or whatever. I don't know. And then when it's time to get down, you realize you done got too high. It's like that. I think that's the whole thing about staying humble. Like, even if you have been fed, like, oh, you the leader, you in charge, you're supposed to stay humble about it. You feel what I'm saying? Because the tables can, what they always say, the tables can turn at any moment. Anybody can get it because there is a source out there that is more powerful than us both. You feel what I'm saying? So anybody can get it. It really boils down to righteousness and having morals. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand we all blow, but that's not good. Like, hypothetically speaking, if you get to the gates of heaven and God be like, why you did that? Be like, man, because I was blowed. Like, I was going through stuff. Like, I don't think that's gonna fly. Like, I mean, some grace might be given, and you know what I'm saying, but you gonna have to pay for it.
Because you talking a big thing you said about morals. Like, when you talking about like ethically and morals, and this is like real adult life. Like, regardless of what's being promoted in society, regardless of what's being like you're supposed to do this or that, like, maturing from a child to an adult is really centering about your moral and ethical mind.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Being raised up and putting that as a measurement stick of what makes you a complete human. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you can always argue from any angle. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's important, like, the premise to be like, these things are being proven true from the scope of looking at things morally and ethically in life. And that really constitutes like you maturing, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So stuff like that. So I feel that that's very, very important to be, stressed. Like, you talking from the scope of dealing with things morally and ethically, which translates to righteousness. And this is not like, I know when some people hear righteousness is like a church thing.
Right.
It's not.
It's just
talking
moral.
about moral and ethics, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all like to be the old ancient golden rule. Treat each other like you want to be treated. Like, nobody likes to get tried.
Right.
Like, nobody likes to get disrespected. Of course, that could be subjective, but whatever it means to you, it's a negative thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So, it's just simple as that. You know what I'm saying?
And of course, we could sit here and talk for hours about this, but obviously we don't have that much time in one show. But so one thing I did want to mention also with men that I think is a psychological thing that men and women are not aware of is, I think society put men at a lower level by saying things like men will be men, or like that type of mindset, as if to say, men, they're going to be lower. You expect for men to do stuff like that, but you're a woman. You're not supposed to be that low. Like almost as to say the man isn't naturally a righteous being. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or maybe he is, but he just not as, or it's not as expected of him because he's lower. Like I don't know how I would feel. I mean, of course I'm not a man, but just a human being. I don't know how I would feel about that. Like I want to say if I was a man, I would feel tried. Like what do you mean? Like, are you saying we're naturally less righteous or dirty or unclean or, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, like your expectations are lower.
Like, like less clean. Like, or
bad like that. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? You know, I ain't got to make sense.
Like,
you know, man, it's
like when Charleston
let's
White
let me win.
Charleston White said on one episode I saw, he tells him, you don't take, I don't know if I know he be stunting a lot, but he said, he tells him, if you take your shoe off, if you don't see that big toe all dirty and crusty, and they bunion hanging off that, you ain't no real man. Yeah.
Exactly,
You ain't no
like
real
that.
man. He said, if your toe look too good, you ain't no man like that.
If you too
gotta
clean.
you need to take a bath every day, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm just saying. That's a narrative.
I even heard men say that they have to, like women like motivate them to be clean and take baths. If you go around a woman, you like, well, I got to be clean around her. Like she's the cleaner one, so I have to make sure I rise up to her level.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
when
saying?
there's dudes around, you be like, dude, I ain't gotta take no bath. This niggas coming over, like niggas.
That's crazy. I'm a woman, so I just I know it be like that. Like
you don't.
I
like,
can't relate because women don't do that amongst each other.
It's like you playing ball, you be like sweating, staying, like you go and it's a bunch of niggas. You don't care. Like you like, hey, so a girl come, you like, oh shit, hold on. Let me go take a shower real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because if you like, it's dudes, I don't.
And I know naturally people would do that.
I'm just saying that's the narrative. Like,
right.